Welcome back to another episode of the Casey Campbell Podcast. Casey Campbell with you, of course. We are pleased to be joined by Camrie Caruso, of course, from NHRA, of course, in the pro stock category. How's it going?
Good. How are you?
Doing well. So let's talk about how the off season's kind of going so far.
The off season's been really busy so far. We haven't really stopped a whole lot. We're kind of gearing up for a really big 2023, and we're really excited about it.
Yeah. So the thing is, it's like, how did 20? So kind of talk about for many people that may not, follow, the pro stock category or something like that. You're kind of racing your career, your racing career. How long have you been in? How long have you been in NHRA?
I've been racing NHRA for a really long time, but this is my second full season in pro stock.
Okay. So of course you made one final round last year. And of course, what was it like racing the full season? How do you think your first year went in the pro stock category?
Racing a full season is definitely a busy year. You don't really realize how much it is until you actually give it a go. But I really enjoyed it, and I think that the first year went pretty well for a rookie year. We really put the team together in less than a few months before the season started, and we had some really good success on and off the track.
So going into this year, I know that you have a year under your belt. What do you feel like what do you feel like you can do in 2023?
I think that we can definitely go a lot further in the races and qualify better and really just represent our partners and build a brand.
Yeah. Kind of talk about how, since this is the first time I've had you on this channel, kind of talk about how you kind of got into racing and all that.
It's kind of been a family thing since my grandpa was about 15 and he's 74 now, 75 almost. So it's really run in the family for a really long time. And I grew up at the racetrack watching my dad run and my grandpa and everything. And when I was old enough to jump into juniors, I definitely wanted to. And ever since juniors, it hasn't really stopped.
So kind of explain the pro stock car for people that might not know. What is it like to just be in one of them?
It's really awesome. You have to shift it manually with the Liberty 5-speed. And then there's a clutch, and they are 500 cubic inches, and they are a spec body from NHRA. They kind of tell you what you can and can't do. It's a really cool car to drive, and it's a really cool experience.
How have you gotten? How have you been at the tree this year? What was it like navigating that?
It was really Thankfully, I had a year in a clutch car prior to pro stock. I ran 632 for a year before pro stock to kind of gear up for all of that. Because going from an automatic car to a clutch car, it's way different hitting the tree. So thankfully, I had some good experience under my belt, and it wasn't hard to get used to at that point.
So coming into this season, I know that it's there's a lot of races. I know that you're not obviously pro stock doesn't race at all of the races that the top two series do. But overall, what do you think about what are some of the things that you're most looking forward to this year?
Honestly, we only don't run at 3 events. Sonoma, Seattle, and Epping are the only events we aren't at this year. So we are at a decent amount of them.
Yeah.
We're at 18, I believe.
Yeah.
And I'm just excited because there are a few tracks this year that I have never raced at on the schedule. So I'm really excited for that.
I just wanted to make sure I didn't ask this, but how excited are you to go to Chicago, back to Chicago this year?
I've never run Chicago, so I'm really excited to go. I'm excited for the NHRA to be back there because it is a really big track. There's a lot of history at that track, and I think it'll be really fun.
So looking at are you going to be, obviously a lot of teams are doing some testing for wherever, because I know everyone's testing everywhere. Yeah. So where are you guys, what's the testing schedule going to be like before you head to Gainesville?
We are going to test a few times prior to Gainesville. We will test the week before Gainesville as well. And I think that it'll be really cool. There's a lot of changes. There's a lot of new things, new team members, things like that. So I think that it'll be a really great test session, and it'll really kind of get us prepared to go into Gainesville.
Yeah. What do you want to see out of this team, out of yourself, really, out of these first few races right off the gate?
Honestly, I think that it's going to definitely be a really good year right off to the start in Gainesville. I really want to see number one qualifiers, going rounds, win a couple wins, hopefully, and just really shoot for the stars and give it our all.
All right. All right, Camrie, thank you so much for coming on and talking with us, and best of luck this season. We'll definitely be having you on again sometime.
Thank you so much. Have a great day.